So here I am at Versailles, and I'm not inside the gates, but that way is the entrance. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have tickets or not to go through that entrance, but I guess I'll find out in a moment. Looks like they have a Louis Cans exhibit, Louis 15th. Sorry, I have to like count it in my mind to remember what the French word for 15 is. All right, I'm gonna go in. You know, it happened in Provence the other day. I just keep forgetting that I need to film in landscape because portrait does not come out well when I'm uploading it to things. So here's a little water fountain. I guess you can press a button and fill your water bottle. I don't know though, because I don't see a button. Yeah, it says drinking water. Okay, so I don't know where the button is, but it's good to know that that's there. There's the security entrance that I just came in. These great statues of angels. Oh, God bless me. Okay. So let's walk over to the big, beautiful palace over here. I don't know why, but for some reason I have I don't know if it's the theme song. No, it's not the theme song. There's like something in the musical score for the movie Neverending Story when he's approaching the big palace. It's like dun 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 dun, and I have it playing in my head as I approach Versailles. Those movies you watch when you're a kid, man, does that stuff get into your head. All right, let's get up to the gate over here. So far so good, everyone. You know, I'm like, I knew I was going to a tourist attraction that many people are successful at getting to and seeing, but I'm Peter and I bring Peter with me when I go places. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna totally mess this up. And so far so good, but I got a knock on wood. Well, there's no wood. I guess when it comes to me messing things up, the day is young. So Louis XIV was known as the Sun King. And so you see a lot of solar things all over the place. Like there's little solar blotches of paint on the cobblestones. And of course we've got the beautiful sculptures and stuff like that. I guess this is the part where you probably have to have tour tickets to go inside. But there's your Palace of Versailles, everyone. Doesn't it look beautiful, especially with all the scaffolding on the right? Man, that reminds me of New York. Except this is France, so the scaffolding will probably come down in a reasonable amount of time. And if this was New York, that scaffolding would be there for at least a decade. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. I don't have it in me today to try and read or speak French. It's just not there. I guess adversity is is the times where it's hardest to do something is when you're especially supposed to do them in order to learn. But yeah, so that's your Palace of Versailles, everyone. This is a spectacular palace that Louis the 14th, wanted built because he believed that he was chosen by God, and the majesty of him needed to be represented somewhere. So I guess that's a restaurant space over there, but I'm gonna go to the gardens of Versailles. Yeah, here's them gardens. Here's them gardens. Why am I talking like that? I never talk like that. There are the faces of the Garden of Versailles, I suppose. This looks like a guy in a toga. Well, how astute is that? And here's a handless guy in a toga. He has no right hand. Okay, so here are the spectacular gardens that harken back to the other day when I was in Fontainebleau and I showed the gardens there. Now, I'm sure this is absolutely not the optimal season to be looking at this. I'm sure that the best time of the year to catch a glimpse is spring, summer, maybe fall, early fall, not January. But here's our January Versailles. And again, I'm sure there's a big fountain that spouts water high up in the air and looks just magnificent and stunning, but it's January and they have a policy that they have to keep that off the entire time. And here's the extension of the palace on this side over here. Here are those swirly aesthetic little plant beds that I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to speak. And yet I do. And yet I do. And yet I speak. I don't have the energy, and yet I do it. If only I could apply that to exercise, then I'd be in much better shape. Literally much better shape. Okay. Haven't had any caffeine today. Maybe might want to fix that. So here are your sculptures on top of this wing of Versailles Palace. Aren't they beautiful? And then there's all these flower pot urn thingies. Flower pot urn thingies. Yeah, I will definitely not be having the brass in my tour company watch this video. They'll be like, is that what he says? Flower pot urn thingies? My God, who did we hire? All right, so here is one of the... Ooh, okay. Me likey very muchy. This is I wish that there was a look. There are palm trees over there, which, you know, there are a lot of palm trees I noticed in Paris also. I don't know if that's just, obviously they're not indigenous to the region, to this area, so I guess they're brought in and planted and artificially kept alive. Sounds like someone is shooting a gun, but it's probably just construction work. Danger. Il est formellement interdit de monter sur la balustrade. It is strictly forbidden to climb on the balustrade. I guess the French word for balustrade is balustrade. Right, so in the interest of not having like 3 hours of me walking around, I guess I will cut to the next section. Okay, so we were standing over there before, and now I walked over here, and we're gonna head down the stairs over here and see what, I don't know, what's up down there. So I am, you know, trying to multitask right now. I'm trying to film and descend stairs and not fall down and kill myself and provide interesting commentary all at the same time. I once tried to rub my belly and my head at the same time, and I wound up having to go to the hospital. So this is no easy task, not for me. All right, so it looks like we're coming down into the gardens. I should have worn my boots today. I wore my stupid shoes. My sneakers. Which in this case are stupid shoes to wear. So, all right, here we go. Look, we've got the palm trees. We've got this really long pathway to probably more long pathways to other pathways. And here's the Allée de la Dormeuse. Yeah, Allée de la Dormeuse. All right, so here's Here's our Versailles, everyone. There's some pathways inside there. I guess I'll, try to stay on the beaten path before I go off the beaten path. I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. And that's a pretty good metaphor for life. Versailles is a pretty good metaphor for life, the gardens of Versailles. All right, so looks like we've reached a square within the winding paths, and they have benches so that you can sit and look at other benches. Again, this is probably really beautiful in the summer or the springtime. Summertime's probably really, really hot, but the tree originally comes from Corsica. Oh, so yeah, I guess there are a lot of species of trees that they import and plant in this garden. I think that I'm learning a major lesson from this, which is that, especially if I'm going to do these videos, if I'm going to go to tourist attractions, just do a quick Wikipedia search, get some bullet point facts down, and then share them. And instead of being like, oh, I guess that this thing was made for the thing, because the thing over here that looks at the thing, it's there's lots of things. Like, just learn something to share. What I'm concerned about also is that there are all these gates that lead to other gates that are all open right now, but I'm kind of worried that I'm going to get myself so lost in these gardens that all these gates are going to be locked with me inside all of them. That's a concern that I'm starting to have. So, but it's hard to tell if that's reasonable or if it's just my neuroses acting up. Basket de la Reine. Okay, so they're like little statues of different fables, and I'm not sure if there is a plaque or something to denote this particular fable character over here, but it looks like a golden man with a bunch of chubby golden kids who are eating grapes. I don't know, like, would you be that chubby from eating grapes? We'll, I guess, talk about that some other time. So, all right, I see another. Well, let's walk this way because I don't know what I'm doing. Allée de Bacchus. Okay, so that explains the grapes, because Bacchus is the wine god, right? Or am I just making that up? Okay, to be continued. Okay. There we go. Now we're back in focus. To be continued. So, speaking of the Sun King, the sun started to come out a little bit just before, and it seems to be peeking its head through a little bit, but still, for the most part, cloudy and dreary. But that's the winter for you, dark and gray and awful. And of course, these fountains would be turned on in the spring and throughout the summer, but that's not gonna happen. There's definitely more life here than there was at Fontainebleau, that's for sure. But Versailles is also a much bigger tourist drag than Fontainebleau. Not that Fontainebleau is not a tourist spot, but Versailles got to be in like the top 10 in the world. Now, I want to walk over to that fountain, and I'm going to breach the rules and breach this thing so that I can do that. I don't see any law enforcement around or policy enforcers, so I guess I'll just walk over and show the thing. Oh, there's a raven. Quote the raven, nevermore. Yeah, I never see ravens in North America, but I've seen them a bunch of times here. So here are some other mythological figures of some sort. I wish I knew exactly who, but well, I'll just keep talking as if I do. Wish I don't know. I don't feel like walking to the other side. Also, I do not see any open entranceway to this little spot that I'm in, which makes me believe that I am absolutely not even supposed to be standing here, let alone breaching things. So I do not want to wind up in French jail. So I'm going to get out of here, as they say. I mean, the good thing is that as far as the rules are concerned, the French are apparently not nearly as like uptight as the German people are about rules. My cousin was telling me, yeah, if they say do this, you do it. When I was in Berlin, I'm like, yeah, but you know, we breach these things in New York all the time. He's like, yeah, these are Germans, it's different. I'm like, okay. I guess that fall in line mentality is what led to well, okay, Peter, quiet. Focus on the garden. Focus on the garden. All right, so we've got some more fable figures up over here, and it looks again like, oh, they're cherubim. I was calling them chubby children. They're not. They're cherubim. They're cherubs. They're angels. Oh yeah, angels are always chubby, aren't they? I mean, like baby angels. So yeah, even if they subsist on a diet of grapes. Let's look at it from another angle. There's your palace up there. I should do some of these videos in New York where I actually know what I'm talking about to some degree. So there are your cherubim and your lady with a, what is that thing in her hand? A scythe? Is that a scythe? I don't, like a mini little. Okay. Seems like okay is the thing that I say when I'm just giving up on a description. Okay, just walk away then. All right, let's do a break, so that this is not 8 hours long. Okay, so here we come to another group of cherubim and another lady. I do appreciate how you have the gold contrasted with the colors. I could have sworn that those were all like wreaths of flowers all over the place, but they're not. They're actually just part of the sculpture. Impressive. That means they did a good job. They're just basking in the floral arrangement. Okay. And there's another one up over there. Okay. So here we are at the winged supreme bearded guy and the cherubs. The winged supreme bearded guy and the cherubs. That would be a good name for a band. Oh, but maybe not, because it is kind of a mouthful. So do I want to walk this way? Let's walk over here, and let's take a look to the left and a look to the right. And oh, okay, we've got a little pond of water. Oh, it looks like again there are a bunch of sprinklers, fountains in the middle, water expellers. What? My God, forget about learning French. I don't even know English. Yeah. And again, similar to Fontainebleau, there's all the statues are covered in cloth, because presumably the elements in the wintertime, first of all, there are fewer guests in the wintertime. Second of all, the elements damage these things over time. So they're just like, well, screw the winter tourists. We'll just cover the statues so that they're protected, and well, too bad for them that they don't get to see them. The Garden of the King. I know that much French that I can say that. So there are rare trees and other fauna of different sorts in here. I don't know how to get in there, so I'm just going to not go in there. The time is limited, and I'm not going to spend all day and all night here. I'm going to head back to the city in like an hour, head back to Paris in like an hour. So I guess I'll just give a nice little view from the side over here. They do have those fancy trimmed bushes. Man, the maintenance work on this place is enormous. Oh my God, is that a statue? Oh no, it's covered in cloth. Womp womp, never mind. Okay, so I actually took a shot and had it translated on my other phone. Ooh, the benefits of having another phone. It says the Grove of the Salle des Moliniers, apparently that's not Malinier, I guess whatever, redeveloped around 1704 by Hardouin Monsard at the site of the former Salle des Antiques, whose elongated shape it retains. This grove owes its name to the chestnut trees introduced into France during the reign of Louis VIII, and which then constituted a real curiosity. So I hear that they have the Mariners or the Malinier or whoever, they have busts of them. So we're going to see what these guys look like, because they've got these busts of them on display in here. And look at that. Look at that. It looks like they're being hanged, doesn't it? This is like they put the thing over your head and then they put the noose around your neck. That's what it looks like. But, Hannibal. That must be Hannibal Lecter. Well, gosh, I mean, if anyone deserves to be hanged. But anyway, yeah, there are your busts, everyone. That's what they do in the winter, so that everything... So I guess I can add to my growing list of things about coming to France. You want to come here when the weather is nicer and better, because there are more things and they are more plentiful. See, that looks like a pretty fabulous statue right over there, but we'll never know, will we? Unless I come back in the spring. So here's a little fountain, and I'm wondering if it's active in the warmer weather. Probably. Okay, that's the same description that we saw before on the other side. But here is your fountain. See, they don't cover that up. I guess it's the acid rain and everything that's what they're trying to avoid happening to the statues by covering them up. But still, don't they know that I'm coming here? Don't they know how important I am? Shouldn't they have a special remove the blankets from the statues day for me? Of course. That's right, Peter. Okay, all right, so here we are coming back out to the watery water. And I literally was about to say, and it appears to be some species of bird I mean, a bird, Peter? Like some species of bird? Because that's my way of sounding like I'm specifying a type of bird without specifying a type of bird. So I sound like some sort of ornithological expert, which I am not. So again, we've got these lovely statues that we won't get to see, and here's some lovely fountains that are not turned on, and c'est la vie, right? C'est la vie. So, there's just so much to explore here. It's so much in France that you just can't do in a day. France is like a million different Disney worlds. And I'm not talking about the actual like Disney, like Euro Disney. What I mean is how they always say in America, you can't do Disney World in one day. Well, you cannot do anywhere in France in one day because there's just so much. So I'm just basically going around getting little taster plates of France, which is fine. I don't have the capability to be everyone, everywhere, everything, all at once, whatever the name of that movie is. Here are some geese. And, yeah. They are French geese. Quack, quack, quack. That was my attempt at infusing Maurice Chevalier's laugh with the sounds that geese make. So we're coming up to there are a couple little buildings over there. We've got a nice little building over here, and I'm not really sure what it is, but so let's go read this sign that I won't be able to read. Règlement de visite du domaine national de Versailles et de Trianon. Yeah, just as I suspected, all in French. And Catherine Pégarde, Chateau de Versailles. So I'm sure that this building has some kind of history attached to it, but I don't know how to find out what that is, so I won't. This is like more like an anti-tour than a tour. All right. Over that way is the Versailles Castle. This looks like a little baby swan over here. Hello, baby swan. And Check out the geese. Oh, to be a goose floating on the water at Versailles. Yeah, so, okay, I walked as far north as it looked like would be the end of the thing, and there's more water that extends even further and actually goes off to the left over this way and goes off to the right over on that side. So, man, I will say this, I am glad that I came here, that I got out of the city, because it was feeling kind of stifling. It was feeling like there were too many people on top of me, and sometimes you just need to go off to the middle of nowhere. And the many parts of the gardens of Versailles would be easily considered the middle of nowhere. These gardens are, this park is massive. Fit for a king, as they say. Fit for Louis XIV. Alright, so let's see if we can catch a glimpse over here of Oh, there's a sign saying I'm not supposed to be on the grass. Oops. Okay, so I have to start heading back because I've walked really far off into the gardens and the forest and all of the nature and stuff. And I want to get to something by 7 p.m. in the city, so that means I need to turn around and leave now. But I'm going to give you 10 minutes of peace where I shut my trap and I just allow you to enjoy the scenery as I walk. Okay, 10 minutes starting now. Okay, and that's about 10 minutes of silence, which is all you're getting from me. So I guess now we're re-entering these gates over here. It's kind of like reminds me of the National Mall a little, though the National Mall would logically, in Washington, D.C., though that would logically be designed after this, not the other way around, because this is older. So here's a list of operas and concerts. So it looks like Monteverdi is going on right now. The Couronnement de Popeye. Where is it? There we go. Ted Huffman directing. Concerts, other operas, theater, ballets. So there's your events in terms of music and the arts. So right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loop up this way and follow the path and then walk that way back through the gardens of Versailles. Okay, so we're back over here at this statue. Remember it? We're walking up the stairs, and we're gonna make our exit because I need to get back to Paris. I'm not dedicating the same time to this as I did to Provence or Fontainebleau. Kind of just want it to be relatively quick, which means I need to be leaving now. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? Can't wait to see that view from the top of these stairs. Wow, that is wild. That is gorgeous. Fit for a king, the Sun King. Okay, back to the palace. All right, well, those two people are going to take their time with the statues on that side. So I guess I will do the statues on this side. 3 children. It's Trois enfants. That's the name of the thing. There's a plaque that says so. There's a swan. There's another glorious fountain that we don't get to enjoy because it's winter. Infant and the love tenant. I don't know what that means. Young Triton. Now, I would love to take, oh, by the way, de amour and un fillette. My French pronunciation. My friend is right. I really had good French pronunciation when I was a kid, and it all just like went away with age. Strange, right? Now, I don't want to completely gyp everyone on an inside view, or, it's not the word. I want to cheat everyone out of seeing anything at all. So, just gonna walk up to the window and okay, well, that's not very much, I know. I'm sorry, I know that the inside upstairs is much more fabulous than that, but I don't have time for the formalities of it all. Paying a guide, paying for I don't know where to get tickets. It's just, it's too much work. It'd be like more of a streamlined way of doing Versailles. So here's the left side of the palace. We went in from the right side before. Take a nice little gander over here. Nice little yard to the other side from the one that we saw at the beginning of the video. And here is Le Moulin. And there are your beautiful gardens. Beautiful other fountain over there. That I am not going to walk over to because I don't have time. But what I am going to make time for is the toilet. That I am very much going to make time for. Let's just get a nice zoom over there. We love it. We love it. All right, I sincerely hope that this is an exit to the premises over here that will hopefully bring me to the correct side of said premises so that I can go back to Paris and not get caught wandering through Versailles all day long. Again, there's your beautiful gardens blocked off by construction fence. Let's see what the deal is over here. If I can just walk off the property, or if I have to go through some bullshit. Ah, darn it. I keep saying to myself I'm not going to curse in these videos, and then one always squeaks out. Well, I do have the option of excluding this video, but, well, forget that. Such a potty mouth, man. So here's like the weathered side of Versailles. Okay, this is not an exit, so I have no idea how the hell I'm getting out of here. Stay tuned. Yeah, okay, so I just looked at the map, and apparently I have screwed myself pretty badly and just walked a while long enough in a certain direction where I'm sort of now bound to that direction. But I guess we'll get a view of at least one more glorious fountain that is not operating. And that will be what I end on, because I guess I kind of need to go focus on getting the heck out of here. Yeah, note to self, don't make plans after going outside of Paris and deciding to wander around. You will likely have to scrap those plans because you will likely get very, very lost. But hey, I'm taking note of these things at the very least. I think that's where I go, but I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to do a search on my Google Maps or my iPhone Maps or some kind of maps. But that looks like a dragon in the middle there. Mother of dragons. There we go. So let's end on, I think it's Neptune over here. And that will be the end of our thing. And of course, I can't get a good view of him, so forget it. We'll see whatever this fish guy is over here. The fish guy. Yes, Peter, the fish guy. Pretty marvelous. There's the fish guy with his massive fish. And there's the Neptune that I was trying to show you. But in all seriousness, it is time for me to go because I gotta get out of here. So thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be many more. Sorry we couldn't get inside the palace. Just didn't have it in me to go find all that stuff out today. So be well and take care. Okay, as a little addendum to the last video, when I exited all the way back over there, around the corner and back and back and back, there was no way to get out. I was locked in, and just miraculously, some woman was, I think, leaving the office or leaving work or something, and she had a key, and she let me out of that gate so that I could go into the streets. So, tip of the hat to random French lady for helping me out. But here is your last look at Versailles before I turn around and head back to the city of Paris. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure what this thing is over here, but oh, looks like it's more stuff related to Versailles. The Écurie du Roi, the Ecuries of the King. I have no idea what an Ecurie is. But we're just gonna, we'll take one more look at the palace over there. There's your palace with its lovely scaffolding glory. And here's the écurie of the king. All right, for real now. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.